Bizarre 1000 here with my Impact for Thursday, March 24th, 2011. Okay, we start off with a recap of last week in like kind of a rap mix, which on TNA.com they kind of had the rap like I'm an asshole and all that stuff. It's kind of funny. And the screen goes black, and they do like the show big title is So Do the Math. Mr. Anderson's music hits. Comes out with some old guy and claiming to be one of his old teachers from school, and they basically talks and does this math thing, and then he gives them the mic check, and then Hogan and Bischoff come out, and he says that your title rematch was with Dixie when she was running the company, so it has no matter. And then he says you gotta face RVD tonight, which he go on to say RVD's not even in his league. Blah blah. They end up having another match, which we all know is gonna end up being a three-way dance anyway, so whatever. Okay, and asshole, blah blah blah. There was some funny spots in it, which you've probably seen it anyway, so yeah, I'm not gonna go through every little detail. RVD comes out, hey, blah blah blah. No rematch. Anderson states all the sides, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. This is really long and boring. And we have a match. Actually, we have about 20 minutes after we have Victoria versus Mickie James. Or, my bad, Tara. Whatever you want to call her. Victoria, Tara, whatever. And that was a pretty good match. I mean, there was this move off the top rope she did. It was kind of weird. She had her legs hooked, and then their Sinister's lap for a minute. She hooked her legs and dropped down. It was like, oh man. And then she set back up and reversed it into what was it called? It was Boston Crab, and then it went good for a minute, and then Mickie James won. So that was kind of cool. Oh, there's a thing with Hogan and RVD saying he's the guy, and then Hogan laughs at him. Whatever. Oh yeah, Sting did come out, and then he said he's gonna be the enforcer because of the network. My bad, I forgot that. About 2 minutes in. Anderson, RVD, a special challenge from Ric Flair to give out. A replay of Bully Ray and AJ. A knockouts action is up next. Mickie James versus Tara. The match is a pretty good match. Madison Rayne comes out. She told Tara she better win. I mean, that was a really good match. I mean, I guess they needed a good match. Mickie wins, of course. A commercial, they return and they show a replay from last week. The Pope versus Okada. It was a decent match for a little while, and then, well, of course, the Pope wins. The Pope got disqualified, and then he started beating up Okada, and then he punched the referee, and then so Joe came out. They talked about they got a match at Lockdown. Another commercial. They return on the last match in WCW and why he joined TNA. They do a Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett promo. Show returns, Hogan, blah blah, laughing at him. Flair's music hit, Flair comes out. And they basically, Matt Hardy and Bully Ray cut a really quick promo about how Fortune is some crappy young guy here. Which I'm kind of, Bully Ray and Matt Hardy, interesting, but I'm not really invested in the match. I mean, I could care less really. I'm a big Fortune fan, like AJ, Kazarian, and Beer Money, but I'm not really into them having. Oh yeah, the biggest thing though, I forgot about that. When they were getting their asses kicked by Fortune, the return of the monster Abyss. So he came out and gave a black hole slam, and I believe he gave a choke slam too. I believe. So that was kind of cool to see Abyss back. Then Abyss does this little quick interview saying how he's back. Then Hernandez comes out. And Rosita and this new guy. And so it was kind of interesting. I can't remember exactly what his name is. They pull on the American flag and they drop this Mexican flag. And it's an interesting promo. Or a gimmick, whatever you want to call it. I'm intrigued in it. It's intriguing to me. So, they had a street fight with Devon and Matt Morgan, a new team teamed up, I guess. I don't know if it's one time or permanent, so that was kind of cool. And of course, the Hernandez, Mexican America won. Then Jesse Neal and Shannon Moore versus Crimson and Scott Steiner, which I was intrigued to see Crimson actually wrestle because he hasn't wrestled a lot since he's been there. He had like one match, maybe 2 matches I can remember since he's been there. And they picked up the win. Basically, Crimson wrestled almost the whole match. And then he picked up the win. And then Shannon Moore grabbed Steiner's little head brace he wears and whipped his butt with it, threw it at Steiner, and they starting a little feud. It's kind of interesting. Winner Scott Steiner and Crimson. A video plays hyping up the main event pay-per-view, or the main event, I'm sorry. RVD comes out, Mr. Anderson was RVD with no more contender. Sting is the special enforcer. Of course, the referee gets knocked out. And then Sting takes over, and then Anderson does like a mic check on the ring post, and it knocks RVD completely out. And then Anderson, and then all of a sudden the bell rings with Anderson and Sting going into it. Anonymous bell ringing, so whatever. We all know it's going to be a 3-way. I mean, we knew it from after the pay-per-view. They're going to do a 3-way at Lockdown. I mean, we already knew that. So yeah, then they do little interviews backstage, and RVD looks so, it was funny, but it was so funny because RVD looked so messed up. RVD was all confused and like, man, I gotta get ready for my match. Which, who knows if those interviews are done before the match or after the match. So I'm still, if that interview, I think with these interviews, I think are kind of done after the matches, before the matches even happen. And they just air them after the match, so it looks like a pre-recorded match or post-match thing. So I do like how they do post-match stuff there without reaction on it anymore. And supposedly everyone's saying RVD is the more contender, but from what I'm hearing, it's going to change. And next week, this is a spoiler, I'm not going to say who, but a TNA original makes his return next Thursday. So be sure you watch it next Thursday at 9. A TNA original who hasn't been there in a while is making his return back to TNA next week. I'm not sure if it's just one night or if it's permanent, which I kind of hope it's permanent because he's one of my favorite wrestlers. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this a lot. So next Thursday, be there or be square. That was corny, I know. Yeah, that was pretty much Impact. I mean, it was okay. I mean, from last week, I guess that means Mickie James is no more contender. She beat Tara, and I wonder what's happened with that feud now. Oh, that little stupid, they had Velvet came out. There's another thing I didn't touch on. Velvet Sky came out. Helped them, and then Angelina looked like she's gonna come out. Then Winter yells, Angelina! And then she turns, like the Undertaker, $1 Million Man, the whole thing, you know, when he had the urn, and $1 Million Man had the money, and then they would go back and forth. That's what that kind of reminded me of, which is kind of weird. But whatever floats your boat, TNA. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, it was all I really know about it. I mean, it's TNA. Last week I thought was one of the worst TNAs I've ever seen. Because, I mean, it was basically an hour and a half of promos. And this week there was more wrestling. And you had Mickie James and Tara to start off the show, which I thought was a good match. I even thought RVD Anderson was a good match. I mean, I like the rivalry between Sting and Anderson that's building up. I kind of like that. If you guys like it, let me know. I mean, I'm glad Abyss is back as well. I mean, I'm a big fan. I like Abyss. So I guess they're going to be facing Fortune and Lethal Lockdown. So which that basically is, it's still the cage, but they're going to attach like another cage on top of it with weapons. So that should be interesting. That would be a really good match to check out. But I was going to go, overall Impact was okay. It wasn't great. I mean, Impact was okay. I guess the big news this week was Abyss returned. So, that was the biggest story of the night. And I like Abyss, so I'm glad he's back. And Crimson, I mean, he looked good in his match, but TNA overall was pretty good. In case you didn't know, I learned this from F&True Wrestling. Wade Barrett to face Kofi Kingston tomorrow night for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not going to spoil it. Just watch it. It's a really good match, I heard. I mean, it's supposed to be a pretty good match. I'm not saying it's a great match, but it's supposed to be a pretty good one. So check it out. I mean, I'm sure they'll be giving more updates on WrestleMania matches, which I think, I'm not sure, but I think Big Show and Kane will be getting the tag title shots. And from the rumors I'm hearing from other sources that are online, is that Kane's going to end up getting hurt before WrestleMania, and it's going to end up being the Big Show and Big Daddy Cool Diesel versus the Core for the tag team titles, which I think I would love to see Diesel come back, or even just a night, or just to see him rocking the old Diesel outfit like he did at the Rumble. I mean, that'd be awesome. But that's just my take. So yeah, it's pretty cool. F&T Wrestling, what's up? JC Styles, Brian Crazy. These guys are pretty cool dudes. Check them out. Check out. I got 10 subscribers, so Bizarre 1000. I'm growing. I only got 10 right now, but I'm hoping to grow even higher. Keep doing these little videos. I'm gonna be doing DVD reviews. I'm like wrestling reviews on DVDs. I plan on picking up the new WrestleMania DVD, and I'm not sure, but I'm thinking about even picking up Chaperone. I don't know, because at first I didn't think the movie. I thought the movie looked like crap, but I just wanted to watch it. You know, I never seen Triple H in a movie besides Blade Trinity. I'll be babysitting all that next week, so maybe I'll check it out and watch it with some kids, you know? I mean, 3 kids, and maybe I can sit down and actually get a movie they can actually all watch and like it. So I'll pick that up. Maybe I'll pick up another wrestling DVD too, just see what's out there. I'll be doing a review later on. So yeah. It's been real, it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. Alright. If you're not effing true, you're effing screwed. And have a good one, ladies and gentlemen.